Hello ladies and gentlemen, and today I'll be showing you guys the latest version of the Highland Games of 2019. So sit back, relax, and enjoy!
Did you get it? If she starts talking.
How you doing?
And fire!
I'm gonna hit this thing. I'm not.
Marley, you need to step back.
Yeah, I need to step real back.
So you're gonna hit, your bow hits the top. Actually, I think that this shooting line is not.
Twink.
We're gonna
Yeah, we're gonna have to move it. We're gonna have to do something.
I'm standing in the middle of it because my bow's so long.
Okay.
We're gonna call
All right, Dad, you wanna call it?
Back down. Draw up. Loose.
That was really cool.
I wasn't ready, Dad, I wasn't ready.
Yeah, your shot sucked.
Fast.
Yeah, it's too fast.
That was a little fast.
Back down. Draw up. Loose. Draw up. Loose.
Hey!
Draw up. Loose.
You keep hitting the. So Jeff, do you have any drill bits? I need one hole drilled in this board right here. This one had one that worked out really great. I could tie this on here. This one I need to tie it on here. I popped my arm.
I hit this every time.
I popped.
Take a look at
Did I only shoot 4? Not 5, we found this one.
Okay, now, which one was the blue feathers?
Those are my longbow.
Okay, so the blue feathers, let's see. Well, technically,
This one got nothing.
technically, if I was your target, I would be D-man right now.
Well, you're not wrong, but.
Okay, well,
So we want to count points.
That's a
This would be an 8.
4 plus 5.
This would be a 5. Wait, hold on. 8, 5, 13.
Yes.
This one's mine. It's a 6. So 19. This one is a 4. 21.
21.
19.
19.
23.
23.
So 23.
We can do math.
and you missed 2 shots.
You missed 2.
I did miss 2
missed
shots,
2.
so I had 4 plus, what's this?
This is 7.
7 plus 7's 11, plus another 7's 18.
No, 4
Plus 7.
plus 7 is 11, 18. So you're at 18, I had 23.
Yeah.
So the
If I
Mongolian
hit-
was faster, but longbow is more consistent.
But you're also a better archer than me.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love archery, though. Okay. Now pull out yours. Alright.
Hey.
Yeah, you beat me. I'm not surprised.
Okay, let's get that in the frame. So technically, in close range, when it comes to power, it's like the longbow would win. Hi guys, Templar here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys with the Earth Tribe goods. Now, you make the brooms, am I correct? And you make the flutes. Now, how does one make the brooms exactly when it comes to all this manufacturing detail? Because nobody knows how to make a modern broom from the old ways and the back then, because it's like nowadays it's always you have to buy it here and it's cheap. It's like you can just make it. So how do you make it exactly?
Well, we start by harvesting the broom handles. So we go out into the woods or the forest or down by the river and find bamboo or juniper or myrtle, whatever kind of wood we're using for wood or grass that we're using for the handle itself. We harvest that and prepare the handle so that the broom horn can be tied onto the handle. And then, there's a couple of different types of brooms. You have the smaller brooms, which are handheld whisk brooms. You have the larger brooms, like for sweeping the kitchen floor. You have hearth brooms, which would sit near the hearth for sweeping up ashes and things like that. So depending on what type of broom you're making would be, the method which you would tie it or weave it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of impressive how much things have changed, but still the way it looks just stays the same.
Yeah, the model of a broom is very old school. It hasn't changed much at all over hundreds of years. Brooms started out as besoms, which were tied in the round, and then the shakers came along and invented the broom clamp, so you could clamp the broom flat and sew it flat, and that's pretty much the most innovation that's happened with broom making, is going from round brooms to flat brooms that have a wider sweeping end, but that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, now when it comes to these custom flutes, how do you guys manufacture them?
So it starts with finding, the piece of wood, and I buy a lot of this wood, from, a dealer or whatever, but some of the wood we find or have given to us or whatever, but how do I make them? The old way was to split the wood in half, so you would cut the piece down the middle and lay it open, and then carve out the inside and then glue it back with tree resin or something like that, some natural glue, and then bind it with leather.
Because nowadays everything's made of plastic, but beautiful stuff like this, if I may.
Go ahead.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can see this beautiful craftsmanship, that's quality right there. In fact, I don't even see where the crack was, actually.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. I used to make them like that, and that was how they made flutes back in the day. These days, modern technology makes it a little bit easier. So these are actually bored out. So the tube is bored down, and then it's bored through this side, and then shaped, by hand.
Nice.
So this is actually a solid piece of wood. So I use old style. I try to keep with the old in a lot of ways, but in some ways, if I can use technology to make a better instrument, I'll do that.
But now, what about these type of flutes?
So this is a drone flute. It's essentially two flutes in one. And there's two mouthpieces and two flutes. So you can play them at the same time. So
if I remember correctly, the ancient Greeks had something just like this. And if you guys don't know anything about ancient Greek culture, Greeks normally, whenever they marched into battle, they would use something like this. In fact, you guys can see it in the movie 300, for example.
that's right. So this is a blend of, a little bit of Greek influence and then some, Native American influence. So
Impressive, because normally when you think of flutes like this shape, I'm thinking more Bronze Age European,
Right.
rather than Native American.
right, it's a blend of cultures, but it comes out with a cool sound.
Now that is impressive. That is impressive, ladies and gentlemen.
So what I'm doing right now, rubbing them down, I'm just adding a little more wax because it's raining out here.
Yeah.
And I'm getting some droplets coming in, and it's really not good because these are all finished with natural finishes. So there are no chemicals or anything on the wood. It's actually a blend of bear fat and beeswax. So I'm just rubbing them down with a little extra coating of that to ensure that the rain doesn't leave any marks on it or anything.
No, this looks like a portable whistle.
It's a hawk whistle. So it's like the drone flute. This is 2 whistles in one, and when you play them together, it will mimic the sound of a hawk.
Oh, that is impressive. But now, if I'm looking at this item, when I first looked at it, I thought it was like some sort of what?
User's choice.
Use it for
Whatever the situation calls for.
it can double as a weapon if it needs to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a Hogwarts wizard wand. Now this is something I would rather like to see in the Hogwarts type films. It's like you don't see many good ones nowadays. I also see that you guys even manufacture pipes. That's actually kind of cool.
So we harvest the juniper wood from our backyard, and the bamboo comes from the banks of the river here.
That's kind of impressive because it has a narrow type of, well, tube in the process. Because normally whenever I have my pipes at home, they're nothing compared to this. It's like, you gotta get that old-fashioned look. Kind of like whenever you think old-fashioned pipe, you think of MacArthur and his corn pipe. It's like, this looks like it.
We were looking for a simple design made from something just around, that's just out in nature laying around, and something that smokes well. So we went through a couple designs, and this design right here really smokes great. So that's what we went with.
Now, final item, what is this, for example?
That is a smudge stick.
Smudge stick.
So we harvest the local aromatics that are just growing wild in the Texas Hill Country where we live. Juniper, rosemary, some rose petals, and then just depending on what flowers are in bloom, we'll harvest those as well. So trying to stay as sustainable and local as possible, harvesting the aromatics that are just growing in our backyard.
Nice, and it has that good smell to it. You smell it, and it's like, heavenly.
Yeah, it reminds us of home.
Hey guys, this is Templar here, and today with William Paul. And as you guys can tell, I'm technically in a tartan area. As you guys can tell, we got belts, we got sports, we got kilts, we got technically poncho.
Poncho, well, it's in Texas and it gets cold, so people like to stay warm, and those are economic. Most of what I sell is import. Then that is so that you can stay warm and respectably keep some of your money.
Exactly.
So I keep at the other end of my booth. I've got some $300. So I have a little bit for everybody. As you can see, it rains and it can be cold here.
Exactly.
So I do a little bit for everybody. I have kilts from $800 down to about 60. So all different grades and different things. Different people have different needs. And running around outside in this weather with an $800 kilt is frankly stupid. You get it all muddy and ruined.
Exactly.
And that's where my inexpensive kilts become much more feasible.
As well, these are like, this is a small sporn right here.
Yeah, small for a kid. For a kid. And I do, my good spawns are over in the back. These are my inexpensive 30 less $40 ones. My more expensive stuff is over, but we can watch it obviously. You have to keep stuff reasonably secure. And so that's what that is.
But as well, take a look at these belts. These have beautiful engravings, if I may show it to the camera.
Yeah. So I make most of those.
Dang, that is actually impressive.
Yeah, I do that. Some of the ones up front I buy, those I make. I think it's 60 years in here. So most of that I make. I make most of those ones over there, not these ones. These ones I buy because they're less expensive.
Exactly.
A lot more money. And then I buy the very expensive ones. So it's just all a balance. A balance. I try to keep everything So somebody walks in here for the first time and just discovers that they've got Scottish heritage, probably a little bit like yourself, you can get the Scottish reasonably cheap, and as you get to be older like us, you tend to buy the stuff that's
Exactly.
a lot more traditional. So I have a program, and that's they're all around this games. You'll find that there are people who do a little bit of everything. Charles over here, his wife and him are me as well.
Bill, do you carry a McIntyre Ancient?
I have a McIntyre kilt underneath. I cannot tell you if it's ancient or if it's modern, but I do have a McIntyre.
But you do have
One. But it's in Charlie. It may be my 400, it may be my 800 one. I've got one.
Yeah. I have a friend that's looking, so I need to call him and make sure.
Yeah, I need to find size. Find size.
Okay.
Okay. So I have Jan. He's also a vendor.
Exactly.
And different for me, you'll find that everything from weapons vendors to people who are. We have a girl down here who sells a lot of raincoats, makes herself, and does a very fine job of that. So it kind of accommodates everybody. And the people beside me and the tents beside me, if you're looking for your heritage, you want to know, they've got books, they can look you up, they can tell you who you are. That's what Scottish Games are about. Over here we have heavy athletics.
Exactly.
Now in Scotland that would the athletics would be more running, and the track and field type athletics, with the heavies as a part, but not the main.
Aye.
So they're in here, and the food people we have a couple of people who make traditional, and then we have a lot of hamburger, hot dog type things. But again, who are you selling to? The audience that comes in wouldn't like blood pudding pie necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you hear it, it's like,
and yet they're brilliant. But it's what I was brought up with. So for me, it's fine. But you would not expect somebody coming in who is not a Scottish heritage necessarily do that. So yeah, everyone's a little bit here.
all right.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Let's go, Nathan.
You're okay.
And my name's Roxy.
You Roxy.
I'm Roxy.
Not bad. He's already won this competition.
You want to see the other pup?
This is purely for his personal best and your
Oh,
entertainment.
you can do it. Be fine.
If you want to see him go 39 feet plus, let's make some noise. I think he can go 40 feet if we make enough noise. Let's get it pumped up. Here we go.
Baby.
Get out there. What do you say, Mike? He says no. Oh, no wonder. His phone flew out of his kilt. Put your hands together for Big Mike. He's our champion of the first event. Let's go check in on our bees and see how their Ballard stone is coming.
Okay, I'm right here. Did they ever say how much those stones weigh? No. They went ahead of me. Oh, she's like, you let her know. Also come down. I am.
No, I have one. Yeah. She's like this all the time, 24/7.
Uh-oh.
And I've got 10 dogs.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
They were all throwaways.
Oh. Yeah, so were these.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? You do. You absolutely
Or
do.
do
other things, yes. Yeah, I'd like to come.
The B and C trig is just a wee bit out of reach for me. Get our current leader. That'd be Justin Barner with 47-11 in round 2. Leads that group. We're getting some technical advice. Hopefully we can extend our range a wee bit. But until then, we'll check in on this. Trisha Carrington's up there. Do it. A wee bit outside. Trisha. Judging by her reaction, that may have been her third attempt. Darn it.
Say hi, lads, you're on camera.
Cody's up, Chris on deck.
Ladies and gentlemen, and today we will be Similar here, and we're talking with, what's your name?
John.
John? Okay. Now, as you guys can tell, we're actually at a little bigger roof, and technically, John, what do you sell here exactly? Because I see vests, I see modern day kilts, I see backpacks, I even see Irish shillelaghs.
Yeah, well, my idea was to do something called Man Cave Celtic. You know, really do a men's kind of a boutique. You know, you got the nice vests. I started actually manufacturing kilts, and then I branched out, and I made this men's booth. I do tweed caps, traditional blackthorns, and that kind of a thing. So that was the idea. I thought was missing was something that really just focused on men and making them look good. You know, with the color.
Take a look at those. There's armbands, there's How did you manage to manufacture this?
This is actually a traditional blackthorn, and the blackthorn comes from one bush in Ireland, and it's also what the Irish revolutionaries used to make shillelaghs out of. So it's the same really hard wood, which is actually a bush, but the shillelagh was actually thinner with a knob on the top. And it was about 18 inches long, so that the Irish revolutionaries could hide it up their sleeve. And then when they were going to attack the British Army, they could take it out. And being a thinner one, it had a whipping action, and you could take out their legs and then slip it back up your sleeve. And so that's the blackthorn in the shillelagh.
Yeah, because when I take a look at this holiness, and I could actually just go like, this part right here is like heavy duty pommel, and it's like, I can just easily walk. This is like someone tries to attack me. And this is a swinging motion. This is meant to, injure somebody.
It could be used as a weapon, certainly. And it's very hard and very traditional. And also the blackthorn, when the presidents visit Ireland, they often give them a blackthorn. They give Kennedy one and Obama one. So it's a very traditional gift and very distinctly Irish. And yeah, there's only one bush that you can get it from, so very easy.
Let's talk about these vests. Okay. Take a look at them. These are the beautiful.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, and they got the full back tweed, which is something you don't often see. Sometimes you get a slick back, but we do all full tweed, and it's a wool blend, so you get the natural fibers, but also breathes really good.
If I can show our
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this beautiful look. And take a look at that stitching all the way from the back to the front. Quite impressive.
Because many people that play, I want to say, Western games, I don't know if many of you guys play Red Redemption or whatever, because this is technically seen in the video game. And true, this is actually what many people wore during like the 1800s and the early 1900s.
Yeah, very traditional.
Well, what about those modern kilts?
Yeah, I'm wearing one here, and they're very functional because they have pockets built in.
Pockets built in.
And then we do add-on side pockets that we also sell. And it's just very heavy duty. It's all cotton, so it breathes really well.
Yeah, because, ladies and gentlemen, take a look between mine and his. Mine is.
Yeah, yours doesn't have any pockets. I can
Exactly.
see.
This is the old-fashioned style. Well, mid-era style.
Yeah.
Because if you guys don't know, there are like 5 or 3 to 5 eras between kilts, such as the old-fashioned wraparound design that the Jacobites would have used. Then it came to mine for a military standard military grade for the British Army, which kept on allowing to have the same type of different target design for a division. But later on got rid of it, so it kind of became like the 4th design model, which was just a regular plaid design. And now we have this design.
Yeah, just for the aesthetics of it, we have a narrower apron, so it kind of changes the look of it.
Exactly.
And
it's like
the pleating in the back, actually the back pleat's a little bit different too, and so this style started as work gear, but a lot of
so
people...
technically it's like a workman's type.
Yeah, that's how it started, this style, but a lot of people who have a traditional will also have one.
It's kind of well, people don't understand that this is impressive still by far. What about that saddlebags?
Yeah, I just have a couple of bags that I carry. This is just something I carry around. I've never actually, no one bought it, but this is one of my little totems that I carry around.
Whenever I see this, I think Wild West. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Just place it on the horse.
Yeah, Pony Express.
Gotta admit, this actually does look incredibly cool, actually.
Yeah, I dig it too.
Now this is like for a wandering type person. And technically, if you take a look at it, ladies and gentlemen, it almost looks like a military grade military bag.
Yeah.
Essentially, you got the carrying device here.
Yeah, the dumper style.
Got it all tightened in. That's the scary part about it. Yeah, this is actually really impressive as well. I even see a lot of beautiful jewelry, also Egyptian arts and such. But as well, you also find some rather interesting shot glasses with the skull on it.
Shot glasses, some nice flasks. Some of these flasks are made by an Irish company. And stuff. So it's traditional things. This guy actually carves things by hand. Yeah, please do. Those are one of my favorites. Paul Hagen's the Irish stone carver out of County Meath.
Now that is actually probably an impressive design. In fact, this is like style design making.
Yeah, he's really good. Another thing I think is kind of neat is this clay pipe. This is made in Ireland too, and the clay pipes are interesting because you can soak them in stout or Irish whiskey, and the clay will soak it up and lend a flavor to your smoke there. Yeah, I think the clay pipe is pretty cool.
Look at this clay pipe, ladies and gentlemen. That is very beautiful. There's both a shamrock and including the Irish symbol of the harp.
Which, this is just beautiful. When I see this is art. This is definitely real art. This isn't modern art. This is the real.
Yeah, they've been making those for a long time. And this is another cool thing too. This is actually a Glencairn. This is the official drinking glass of Scotland. But they did a pewter version of it. And unlike the glass version, the bottom is a shot. So you have a 1 ounce shot in the bottom. So I think that's pretty cool too.
Impressive. That is really cool. Because it's like, do try to drink some more.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, it's been good. This is John. And as well, guys, if you guys actually want to check out his wares, actually ever come down here to the Highland Games whenever you guys can. Pretty much try and check them out. Hey guys, it's Timbar, and this is
Aaron, yeah.
Aaron? Hey, right now, what else do you guys sell here? Let me take a look at it. It's like jewelry, it's all Smearstone keychains. Bring it right up to it.
We sell Connemara marble. These are keychains, and Connemara marble is found in the northwest part of Ireland. It's very, very old marble, and it has a little place for your thumb to go in. They're called worry stones.
Oh, so it's like you guys got because aesthetically, whenever you guys don't realize this is kind of like a, I guess you might say like the good luck charm, like another version of the rabbit's foot.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And so I use it in my jewelry a lot. I have earrings and necklaces and things that have Connemara marble in them as well.
Because this is actually really nice to actually see that. Are you in the same? When I take a look at this is like beautiful stuff, especially these arm bracelets, in which are incredible. When I take a look at them, it's like beautiful. It's like
Yeah, one of the men, a lot of times men can come to these events and they don't have anything for arm. So I wanted to have some things for men.
I can see myself wearing something like this, but it's like I already got too much guilting.
So I have a lot of more Outlander fans. I have Dragonfly jewelry.
Oh, Outlander. That's a good series.
Yes. And then I fuse these rings, not just Irish.
Oh, you can't go away from Ireland without thinking your soil, can you?
But I do that. Lots of eternity knots and Celtic knots and things like that.
It's like Celtic symbol of the knot slays no one. It's a version meaning of unity. It's a version of meaning of peace. In other words, we're never divided. We're all one from the same source. Which is kind of like, well, when you take a look to the roots of the tree. It doesn't matter how far away your family is, it means that we're always together. Yeah, guys, I'm the Templar, and have a nice day. Hey there guys, Templar here, and today I'm going to be with Heidi. Heidi? Heidi, what exactly is it that you guys do here? Because when I take a look at this, it looks like, because you told me before, this is bottles and such, and as well you got soaps, you got all this type of stuff, and it's kind of impressive when you think about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Everything I do is handmade with recycled bottles. So I go get bottles from people donating to me to I do some dumpster diving if it's good. Basically, I take the bottle, I clean it, I decide what I want to do with it. I try to get the bottle to kind of tell me where it wants to go. I do olive oil dispensers or soap dispensers. I can make candle covers, so basically you put a tea light candle underneath that. I just put a design on some of them, so it will be a nice candle holder. So the design will show when you light that candle.
If I may, show this to the
Yeah,
camera.
please.
Because this is actually really impressive.
Thanks.
Because people take a look at bottles and they think, oh, that's crap.
Exactly.
It's like, but you can make something out of it.
Yeah.
This is something you can do with it.
Yeah, there's some beautiful bottles that had liquor or wine in them. Some had olive oil originally in them. And then I'll still make it an olive oil bottle, but add some fun design to it, so it's something you can have out year round. Or
are these actually also made out of the bottles?
Those are also made out of bottles, and those are pieces of the bottles I'll make.
These aren't made from the pieces of the bottles.
Right. So I'll cut either strips to make like the X's or the crosses. Yeah, that one had originally had a design painted on the bottle, and when I fired it in the kiln, because that's how those get done.
It's like this.
It kind of stuck with it. Yeah, it was very cool. So you get fun surprises like that.
Typically also with stuff like, say, this.
Yes. So again, some fun bottles.
Exactly, this is like good candle, you got a good smell to it. It's
exactly.
Like, oh.
Kind of went with the, because this is a bourbon bottle, so we went with a bourbon cola scent. So I kind of work with it, go with my theme.
It's like, gotta go with bourbon.
Yep. So there's some fun bottles. You can also use those as like candy dishes. So again, another bourbon bottle. This is a Jack Daniel's. Cute little candy dish, or you can put nuts or pub mix in it. So lots of fun things you can do with them. I also do the longer like wine bottle ones. So I love it when it has a label on it. These ones where you basically cover where you have the design shines through. Repeat on the wall. It's a really cool effect.
This also, it's a little tiny garden in a bottle.
Yep, a little fairy garden.
See that?
And those are live plants, so
Gotta make sure not to get my.
succulents and
I gotta make sure my hand doesn't get stuck on these needles.
oh yeah, right. The little cactuses. So just little succulents and make little fairy gardens out of them. Something I like functional stuff, so I'm all about function. If you're gonna have it in your house, you want to make it work with, do some work with it.
Well, guys, if you guys want any other information, it will be right here. Hey guys, this is Tim Baller here, and I'm here with Michael Brown. Yep. Okay, Michael, tell me, what exactly do you guys do here?
We travel the country and sell Scottish and Irish imports, jewelry, books, little clan emblems, that sort of thing. So it's just something that we try and keep the culture alive, keep the Scottish and Irish, the interest in Scottish and Irish history.
Whenever someone thinks of Scottish and Irish, they normally don't think jewelry, they just think this.
Well, women like shiny.
Exactly.
So
you hear that, lads? Get the girl the shiny.
Yeah, we like the jewelry because it attracts the ladies, and the Celtic knotwork, that's what people associate is the crosses and the Celtic does.
That's what it is, the knotwork.
Yep.
This beautiful like jewelry. In fact, for example, you guys already know my ring, for example. It's like, this is like Celtic.
Yeah, it's a Celtic knot, yep.
It's like, this is like, for example, like this.
Red?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys see, this is very beautiful design work as it is.
Now, if I'm correct, this is actually for ladies' hair.
That's correct.
Back.
Yep.
That's technically, this is only one of like a million, it looks like.
Yeah, I have quite a few. This is an Irish brother and sister that design all the pewter through here. It's called O'Brien Design.
Nice. Well, there's also the thing you showed us a while ago.
Oh, the quick. There's a video there.
Now, as you guys can tell, this looks like more like a shot glass, when in truth, this is actually what the Celts actually use to, well, technically, as you said, it's like a gas and such, it's like to drink.
You would share a drink with your host, or they'll use it during weddings or baptisms now, where instead of having the candles or the sand at a wedding ceremony, you would use it to share a first drink.
What about that Celtic pocket watch?
Well, it's just a pocket watch with a Celtic design on the bezel or on the front.
So it is quite impressive.
They open up as a skeleton watch design, so both the front and the back open. So that's the back there, and then the front has Roman numerals. It's a little old-fashioned analog watch.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned design.
Let me just get that in view. Beautiful design work. Let's get that in the frame. Just by holding this, it feels like,
just by the weight alone, it is heavy.
Yeah, in fact, it's a stainless steel case with old-fashioned mechanical working, so there's no battery.
Exactly. But it's like, I even see rings or brooches. There's a
lot of things here, and as well, you can even see this stuff and that stuff. But as well, there's pros here as well that actually is quite impressive.
That's a Welsh designer there named Jen Dell.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, Welsh design. By far, just seeing it, and it's lovely. Then if you hold it, it's very impressive by far. Just by holding it yourself, it's like, ooh, this actually feels more fashionable just by seeing it.
They feel substantial. It's not a light piece, and they're all solid 9.5 sterling.
Now, as well, this is also a beautiful piece. It's like a type of design that's in the women's hair. It's like beautiful design work, in which it's still beautiful as well. But as well, guys, it's been Templar. If you guys want to check out his group, know down in the comments below. As well, I will leave descriptions as well. Hey guys, this is Twin Templar, and this is Kyle, and this is Briggs. And you guys actually might remember Kyle from 2 years ago. That's because he was actually here. Now, as well, you were actually a sergeant in the
Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant in the jailhouse near here in Texas. Am I correct? Now, if you guys don't remember the weaponry, I will be happy to actually get involved, talk to you guys about it. Now, many of you guys see Viking, you see Samurai, but as well, you guys also don't see the beautiful knives. And yes, this is a knife. Well, dagger slash knife? Depends on which way you put it at. But yeah, this is a Scottish dirk, and the reason I'm starting off with this one is because in Texas, we go with big knives. And as well, the impressive part about it is the Star of Texas. As well, now this one, though, guys, this is a, I want to say an elvish Damascus sword, or short sword?
There you go, short sword.
Yeah, it's technically a very short sword, because whenever I, not disrespecting you guys, but I like the look of this, I feel the motion of this, because I get to sell this as like that swinging motion, but as well, this is a uni-hand type design grip. In other words, it's meant to actually be held with... No! Sorry about that, guys. A little kid tried to attack my camera. Anyways, where are we? Oh, right. Now, the weaponry here, now this elvish sword is technically really cool because you can use this with both one and two hands. In other words, uni-hand. In other words, you can like use it. Well, but still, this is actually a very big knife and slash sword. But still, it is quite impressive, guys. And in the history books, these kind of were manufactured, give or take. But now, why don't we take a look at the Japanese katana? If any of you guys are many Highlander fans, such as I am, I love the katana for reasons. This is technically a type of sword meant for a quick cutting capability. But as well, if you guys think, oh, Hollywood and such, and you think, oh, the katana can cut through anything, that's not even true. That's Hollywood, bull crap. You don't even want to even show to even children that, because otherwise it just gets in their head. Trust me though. I do love the katanas because it symbols the idea of the samurai, ladies and gentlemen. That is the impressive part about the history of the katana. Though, when it comes to me though, I like the bigger giant katana that are like about 60 inches tall, or give or take. And it's pretty much, it's actually also stated the following, that it's actually quite impressive. Now, why don't we take a look at the Viking swords? Just holding this weapon is phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. I love Viking swords. I'm a fan of Viking swords for a reason. This one, it's lighter than my other one. Reason being, it's actually not fully Damascus. Now this weapon, as you guys can tell, the guard and such is slightly smaller.
This is actually meant to actually give it a little bit of a downweight. But still, it is a good chopping weapon, but as well, due to this thrust type blade, it's also meant for a thrusting weapon. Though still, against Gambison and Mail, it's hard to say if it can go through. But still, it's also proclaimed that the point of balance is somewhere around here, which that makes it as a good chopping weapon. But as well, it's also good to see this Vikings right now. This one's a slight bit different. Reason being, it's actually slightly heavier at the guard, which meaning this is a real chopper, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is the other Viking sword. As you can tell, it's slightly different in comparison because of the blade. Because, because they say the Templar, both the blades look the same. Well, the thing is, yes, they are. Thank you, guys. But the thing is, the guard isn't. That is a smaller guard. This is a heavier guard, and this one is a heavier pommel. Meaning, this is more of a giving force. But still, it is a very hefty weapon. And you can imagine, even if you're wearing, like, say, mail armor, I don't see you actually keeping your arm if it gets hit. If you hit it in the collarbone. That is probably going to end your day. I like that. Well, another type of weapon is this Daojin I want to say scimitar? Due to the fact it looks like it has scimitar blade, but with a Daojin grip handle. In which, if you guys don't know, scimitar is from the eastern regions, while the Daojin is from China. So, yeah, but still it is an impressive design work. As well, it is a good cutting weapon, and that is actually why I like these type of weapons. And now, as well, another weapon is this type of one, covered in paracord and which is very greasy. Now, though it is a really impressive weapon, it's a very good short sword. But the problem about this little wiring is actually the factor that it is. Well, if you guys are ever holding, say, metal, like a metal kitchen knife or whatever, and you're technically using it over and over and over again, here's the thing, it's gonna end up slipping out of your hand because of the sweat involved in your hand. So I would rather wear a mitten or something that can keep it from sweating off, or as well, just to make sure my hand doesn't get pinched by the metal. So, the other cool type of weapon are these weapons here. This one is like carry softly, speak softly, and carry a big stick. It's a good door knocker. Exactly. But as well, if you guys are wondering, Templar, is that even straight legal? Well, that's what I thought too. But in fact, you can actually screw these little spikes right off. It's going to be hard for me because of all the grease that's on my hands. It's kind of hard to put these back on though.
Now let's go turn back around.
Yeah. Well, these weapons are incredible, especially this one. Now this is a big stick. It's like, make my day, pal. What do you guys As you guys can tell, these are also the two knives that we actually show. This is a Damascus dirk, smaller design version. This one is technically what they call the, well, colonial design, while this one is a frontier Bowie knife. That is actually quite impressive, even to today's modeling, which I actually like it. But anyways, guys, hopefully you like this video, and if you guys want to do, check out Kyle and Rick's site, and actually test out, see if you guys find your own weaponry. Anyways, guys, get ready to pillage! Hey guys, this is Templar here, and this is...
I'm James Parton. My company is Hammer Creations.
and I've been a blacksmith and knife maker for 42 years, and right now we focus on the Viking culture.
If you guys don't understand, I talked to them a little while before. Now they go full depth when it comes to like creating historical items, such as the steely iron type, well, manufacturing, like these beautiful daggers. Or knives, because now if you guys don't understand, you created this from bog iron, and this has a lot of iron quality in it, and it's kind of actually, it's really impressive, especially with the handle design. If you guys, if I may show this to the camera, yes. If you guys understand this beautiful quality make, this was an original wraparound design function. Now, you did this all by hand. You don't buy this, you crank this. In fact, I actually still feel all the, well, type of stuff you would actually get from like the ashes and soot and such. Right. Oh, fire starters. These are really cool.
And when you touch one, because they're made on the forge, you get black.
Exactly.
That's why they call us blacksmiths. Well, it is. So.
Now, how would you technically hold this when you're Well, this is actually really impressive because nowadays when we take fire for granted, it's like back then you had to work for it.
Right. Fire was work, but it was survival too. So.
Exactly. Now, what exactly is this? Is it a tent peg?
No, this is what we call a do-all tool. During the early days of steel, which dates back about 1,800 years, you would make a knife was the first item you'd make out of steel. The second item would have been a tool that you would have used to prevent you from breaking your knife. So this would get used for all the jobs that you didn't want to use your knife on, like poking a hole in leather. You could heat this up and burn a round hole in a piece of wood to peg it. So you would do things like that, and that would prevent you from destroying your most technological device.
Yeah, because whenever I take a look at Hollywood movies with friends, you see them working with knives.
And they'll break one, and in the old days, that was death.
Exactly.
If you broke a knife, you didn't have a replacement.
Exactly, because nowadays, guys, you can't, because back then, you can't say, I'm going to go to the supermarket and buy me a knife. It doesn't work like that. You got to go to a blacksmith, you got to get that work. It doesn't work like the modern day. Listen, think about it.
Blacksmiths were so essential that during the Saxon period, there was a law that said if you killed a blacksmith, you'd be put to death. He was the only person that you could kill and get the death penalty.
Now, as well, you guys also work with impressive bone material. Now this, guys, this is a little comb, and this is impressive design work.
It's based on a Viking comb from the city of Dublin.
City of Dublin, wow.
Dublin is a Viking town.
Yeah, not many people realize this, but it is. And which, guys, take a look at this. This is impressive, by far, out of a lot of, well, ancient type structures. Now, as well, you guys might wonder, well, there's knives. What about trimming? Well, you got these little type scissors of the early age. Now, our modern scissors, they work as a pulling device. The original ones worked as a pushing. In other words, it's like easy cut. It's quite impressive because it's like all one metal into one. It's impressive as well. Now, can you also bring away your sword so we can show?
Yeah.
Viking swords. Oh yeah, that's heavy Viking sword. Yeah. Oh.
They had to be heavy enough to kill people.
Exactly. This is a beautiful Damascus steel Viking sword. Really beautiful, guys. I love it as well. If you guys are wondering, what about this inlay? This is bronze, am I correct? Now, take a look at this.
Bronze is a mixture of 95% copper and 5% tin.
That is beautiful by far. And you said how much would this sword be exactly?
That's $4,000.
That's $4,000, guys. Now this is actually cheaper than compared to the one that they used back then, though.
Oh yeah, the sword would have been the equivalent of buying a Ferrari.
Exactly. It's like most of the time they could only afford, like, say, an axe head, a spear, which is like you can't just think, oh, it's gonna be cheap and such.
Well, there was a Viking ship burial where they found 32 bodies. 7 of the bodies had swords, the rest had axes and spears. So the sword was a very rare item.
Oh, most of the time, though, one way to get your sword is also to steal it from your opponents after you kill them, though.
But if you
That's
turn
one
it all
way.
the way to red, you could actually
We also show your other design. That's cool.
I feel manufacturing process. What is the main Those are Russian.
Russian design.
Take a look at these guys.
Russian design model brooches. Now, if you guys don't understand, most brooches, these ones were, technically, if you look at them, they look like they're more
on the dress.
exactly like these.
They were called turtle brooches, or but they were used for the apron dress.
Well, those are impressive. And if you guys don't realize this, the Rus are technically Vikings,
Right.
in which we're from Scandinavia, landed in local areas known as Moscow, and because of Ivan the Terrible, I think it was, who actually caused, well, he created a great Viking Slavic empire. Which you can see all these beautiful you manufactured all by hand, just doing waxwork. And the thing is, people nowadays we take these things for granted. Here's the thing: back then you can't take this stuff for granted. This is your life and death sentence. But as well, also talk about like these type of equipment. Now, if you guys don't understand what I'm holding, these are technically on what we technically use everyday objects, such as toiletry sets. Such as clippers.
They had an ear spoon. You had no way of cleaning your ear.
Yeah, there was no such thing as cotton swabs.
No Q-tips. And you had a pick for cleaning your teeth and a pick for cleaning your fingers.
Exactly. It's like you got a pick for everything.
Well, you had to clean. And the Vikings were very meticulous about being clean. Living in a very cold climate, they had to keep their clothes clean and themselves clean, or they died from frostbite.
Exactly, but the only way they pretty much, in the process, cleaned themselves was with bleach, which is probably why most of them got, well, golden hair still. But I don't know if that's true or not. It's like, we just gotta make a time machine one day and travel back in time. It's like, you guys even got curved horns, you got a lot of stuff here that you don't see every day. This today is actually a lost art, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, guys, hopefully you like this video, like and comment for more videos, guys, and hopefully you catch him next year.
Nice meeting you.
Hey guys, Dibbler here, and today I'm here with
Bob.
Okay, Bob. Now, you guys actually support the, technically show the ancient Celtic culture of Britannia and such. In truth, not many people understand that the ancient Celtic people are pretty much that diverse type of people. And now, if you guys don't really understand, Britannia is a different type of group compared to the people of Gaul, to the people of Iberia, or the Hallstatt culture, which the Celtic culture is pretty much everywhere. But as well, the thing about the Celts of Britannia is their form of armor and weaponry was slightly different compared to, well, the rest of the Celtic world. Now, one of them being is beautiful crafted. Now, this is bronze, am I correct?
Correct.
Now, this is a bronze-made helmet. This is Celtic design. Now, this one is slightly different compared to my helmet. Because one, as I stated before, this one doesn't have cheek guards, nor does it have the top design. That was more of a Celtiberian or Celtic Gallic design. But still, this back design is incredibly beautiful. By far, because take a look at that beautiful inward. And the thing is, this is where your neck would be guarded. In other words, if someone came down with a sword blow, it technically still protected you, if you would. So yeah, because here's the thing. If I was to cut here, it would just glance off. But if you would say to the back end, still, it's like this protects his back end of his neck, which is why most of the time helmets back then had something to protect the back end of their neck. Now, but after, say, the medieval era, most of that changed. But yeah, it's weird, it's confusing, I know. But as well, technology. Exactly. But as well, mostly every arms and armor that Rome used was copied by the Celts. In other words, the Romans copied off of the Celts, and in the process, they kind of stole it and said we created it. Kind of like they did with the gladius, the mail, the Gallic helmet, Sparta, the pilum, technically everything.
They're not good at inventing anything, but they're really good at stealing other people's stuff.
And saying they made it. Now, another beautiful thing about the ancient Celtic beautiful swords. This, you got it stuck in a knot. Good.
Let that flying off from one time.
Thank you. Now this is technically a short sword, but truth actually, this is actually labeled as a spada to the Romans. It's elongated shape. This is slightly longer than a gladius. As well, this is perfect for chariot warfare, especially if you're coming by and slice. If you guys had a chariot here, it would be also fantastic as well to see, because the Celtic chariot was...
Wait for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you now when it's right in. Oh!
Would one fit in the trailer?
Yeah.
We break it down.
The beautiful part about the Celtic chariots were actually the design work. In other words, the two platform design. In other words, you can actually just be on it and it's like, you're just riding it and you don't even need to hold on to it. You can actually just stab the guy. It doesn't matter if you're on a, well, type of area that's full of, like, say, gravel, sand. It just works with it. But now, another beautiful thing about the ancient Celtic people was the carnix. Now, this is actually just a head of what it looked like. Now, in truth, how big was the Celtic carnix?
About 6 feet. Yeah, 6 feet high.
6 feet? Now, here's the thing. I'm like around, like somewhere like around like an inch or two below. And plus, let's imagine that another extra 6 feet, and it sounds like, it seems like a giant is near you. It's like a giant see you from afar, and that sound, it sounds like a, like almost like something like that. But just imagine how the Romans felt when the Celts of Gaul were at their gates. Hearing this sound. This is one of the most terrifying things.
50 of them all together at one time.
Exactly. This is probably the most terrifying thing the Romans feared. Not the Celts themselves, but the sound that this thing made. It kind of terrified the crap out of a Roman.
We're a superstitious bunch.
But as well, the impressive design work is like, well, the way they lived. The ancient Celts had beautiful homework, housework design model, which us today don't really understand anything about it, but it's like, the reason it's a one-bedroom, all-hearth design is because those huts were meant to hold an entire family. And technically, sometimes I even hear livestock.
In some designs, if you had a room off of them, you would might have livestock in there during inclement weather.
Still, guys, this is actually really impressive. And as you can tell, this guy, yes, he is a druid. Yes. But, now, before you guys start saying that it's like...
Any true druid will tell you, not really.
Chances are, if you claim to be one,
you're not.
But yeah, anyways, guys, with Templar, hopefully you like this video. Comment and subscribe for more.
And hopefully you guys can see him one more time as well next year as well.
Absolutely.
Always here.
Always here. Texas Square Tony.
And
Fine Harrier! Fine Harrier! Jumps boy! Welcome to our 1 o'clock show. A little more than that place. Have at you, T-Rex, Elliot. We're warming up. Great warm up. We are young folk. We're a mixed martial arts group and craft group dedicated to the Viking lifestyle. We train every week with actual weapons. Just right here, some of our warm-up fighting. We fight with swords, we fight with spear, we fight with axe. You'll see a little bit of everything here today. So, as Vikings, the number one thing
Chainmail will help you here.
Was the spear.
Seemed to help out just fine.
Now the spear, since you didn't have a whole lot of metal on it, as you went up, you also had a sword, and then a bayonet. And then when you got really ready. Okay.
I need to go back to the merge table. I'll be over in a little bit.
Now we all train very hard, and we're actually able to fight with each other the way we believe the Vikings would have fought. Hurting each other. Because we all gotta work.
Get a grip on your ass.
So obviously you can see that there's different
Ain't no brakes on that battle.
That's why you don't see although if you look up at what they did, most of the wounds were getting because as someone came at me, they see, the typical wound would be a stab to the foot, and as they were bending over, stab to the head. One more fight, then circle up! One more fight, circle up. Michael!
Don't run.
Only that guy.
Okay. Typically,
Oh no.
the home game would have been 3-2. You win on a one-on-one fight in honor, and 3 of your shields are broken. You lose. In this particular case, we're just going to do 1 shield, and we're going to do 1 fight. We're going to see who's on victorious. Fighters ready? Ready! Fight on!
Well, hopefully that was actually entertaining, guys. Anyways, guys, if you guys want to see many more of this, actually check back next year for more seasons, and as well, also subscribe, and as well hit that bell button for more notifications, and like this video for more information about it. As well, guys, this has been Tumbler. Have a good day.